Hello, ham radio DXers. This is Max NG7M, and I just got a little motivation tonight. Saw a spot for Victor Papa 6 Alpha Ducie Island, and I thought I'd come down and do a little video here. I thought this was unique because Ducie, they're using, I won't get into the details, but you can do a little Google research. And what's going on there on Ducie Island, they're using the concept of the radio in a box. And so with Starlink, they've got the station dropped on the island. And I think there's 3 operators there. They're actually not doing very much operating. The actual operating is taking place across the globe. I think there's about 20 other operators that have been invited. For example, KO8SCA Adrian, who I know pretty well, is one of the operators, and many others. So I think you can go check out the Victor Papa 6 Alpha website and find out who the operators are. So a little bit interesting. You get a little bit of the delay, and I'm sitting here in Utah, and we have a great path to Ducie Island, unlike Europe and the East Coast as much. So this should be pretty easy, and I'm going to work VP6 Alpha as November Charlie 7 Juliet, which is a club call, rather than NG7M. I think I've already worked him as NG7M. So what you're seeing on the screen right here is you have demoing an Elecraft K4D here, and on the top part of the screen I've got the HDMI capture, so you're seeing exactly what I see on the front of the K4D. On the bottom here, I'm actually using Win4 K4 Suite's spectrum output, which connects directly to the TCP/IP connection via the Ethernet port on the back of the K4. So it's kind of interesting. You've got the video HDMI capture, and then you've got the bin data down below here. And so I can zoom in and zoom out, and adjust, the VFO here. You're going to see that coming to the screen there. I can move the spectrum back and forth. So we've got VP6 Alpha down here, and I'll turn the audio up here in a second and maybe zoom out just a little bit here. And then I'll be able to right click with the mouse here in Win4 K4 Suite. I could do the same thing with the mouse up here, but we'll use Win4 K4 Suite. So this is the pile up here. It's not too deep, and the band's real quiet. And then down here in the blue bandpass here, I've got a bandwidth of 35 or 350 hertz, and I think on the bandwidth on the DX pile up, I'll make it the same, 350 hertz. I just changed that. So I'll go ahead and do a little commentary here. And this is interesting, right? Because that VP6 Alpha, it's got that radio in a box. You've got an operator likely somewhere else in the world. There's going to be a little delay. I'll call. He seems to be taking a little while picking out call signs. I'm not sure if he's looking for Europe, but he's not calling for Europe. So we'll try to work it. I'm going to kick on the blower, turn my amplifier. It's SPE2KFA. We'll get it and operate. I don't think you'll hear any of the fan noise there. And then I'll try to get those audio levels sounding pretty right. So you're going to have the DX on the left channel here. I just turned up that volume. And then you're going to have the pile up here on the right side. And I think I've got that pretty good. So you can hear how quiet the band is. I've got a little bit of noise right around the VP6 Alpha. I don't know if that's a switching power supply or something. But I'll try to figure out where he calls. This might take a minute, because he takes quite a while before he works somebody. So I can, move this down. VP, there he is. And if I can see or hear the last station that he worked. Oops. I've got to take the rig out of test here, so that's good. I'll have to remember to use November Charlie 7 Juliet. Okay, so now I'm going to transmit here. I actually wasn't. He's working a Romanian, a Yankee Oscar there. I just threw my call out there. Just worked at ON, or calling an ON. This might be somewhat tricky if I can't hear the Europeans that he's working. Maybe he'll work a stateside state. NC7DJ, I think that was, maybe right. Live video here. I'm messing up. Not used to sending NC7J. Here the other station's calling. CTA and K6 CTA, I think. So. Got the key. There we go. Hey, okay, that was pretty easy. So I heard him work the, I think it was K6 CTA or something like that. So I was able to see that on the display. So I'll turn the pile up down and turn the DX down a little bit, maybe just have it slightly in the background there. So there you go. It's easy for us out west here, like shooting ducks in a barrel. And I'm actually on the W8S Swains Island team that will be leaving the end of September, and will be operating, off the top of my head, I think it's October 4th through the 17th, so just under 2 weeks. And it'll be similar propagation, right? So I hope you found that interesting. It just kind of shows the difference between the HDMI capture and Winfrey K4 suite, and then of course working a DX station that's being operated by somebody else, in the world, right? Via Starlink. They're using the Starlink internet access there on Ducie Island. And I hope you thought that was fun. You probably saw a few things I did wrong. I'm not used to sending that November Charlie 7 Juliet call. Messed that up the first time. And I had the keying up pretty fast, and so it was a little choppy on, manually keying there with the pedal. Anyway, 7.3, and I hope to hear you on the bands. It's been fun this spring, working a little 6-meter stuff, etc. And I hope you enjoyed that. 73 for now, and catch you later. This is Max, NG7M.